I mean, I've known him for a long time. I don't think he's gonna turn the wand on us and blast us.
I don't think it'll blast.
I was about to say, if it could blast, we should have done that before like
We
5
could have
people
we could
died.
have done it to the chimeras.
And we are back from our break. The party has just survived a attack by a group of hunting manticores on behalf of the Countess. And the party stands in the middle of the streets. The bodies of 5 followers of the Falling Fire. Excuse me, 3, because 2 were taken by one of the Manticore. And guys, as you stand in the middle of the streets, what will you do?
Is everyone okay?
Are you all right? I say to the general area of the 4 survivors.
They kind of all go towards the body of Kachabran, and they say, "Oh, dear Katja, what will we do without you? She, she has guided us for so long on our entire journey."
Does she
Well,
have any letters or instructions on her?
The testament of the falling fire is all we need. We have no need for earthly possessions. We sold all that we had to make our pilgrimage. It
All
is easier
right.
for a mule to fit through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to bask in the warmth of a flame.
Well,
all I'm saying is if we had our horses, we might have been a little further along. We might not have had this run in. Just saying. Next time you guys want to let some horses roam free.
that is a point. I will say. Another is, how about we just get out of here? You're more than welcome to follow us. We're going to Emberwatch, or you also, I think you said that not Katya. Lucretia takes residence up in a church within the city. I don't know which you feel might be safer for the rest of your party.
Paul,
Yeah, Paul.
now
Yeah.
he kind of feels that he
Give
is
Paul
the
regard.
elder of the situation. He says, "Perhaps the heroes are right. Perhaps we should just go back to Lucretia. She's waiting for us at Champion's Gate."
I also don't
Mara
have a.
says, um, "But we have a task. We were supposed to guide the heroes." What were you gonna say, Fair?
I was gonna say I also don't remember how far away Champions Way is from where we are. Like,
Um,
I don't need to see a map, but if you can give me like a guesstimate of like a walking pace would take you X.
to Champion's Gate.
Yeah, well, like wherever Lucretia is, because like that, I know she's in the haze. She has like a
Yes.
stronghold. I just don't know how far away it would be from
So
where we are.
from where you guys were at the Chapel of Saint Brenna, it would take you about 2 hours to reach the uh to kind of reach the edge of the city,
Mhm.
and then another 2 hours to reach Emberwood Village.
Oh, okay.
From the Chapel of Saint Brenna to Champions Gate probably would have taken about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on kind of how much trouble you guys would have had. Um, and you guys are kind of already about halfway to the edge of the village.
Okay.
But yeah,
So it'd be like 3 hours to get to Emberwood, or about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to Lucretia.
yeah, about that.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming we've never been to Champions Way or where Lucretia is. You might have to make the call for what's best for you folks.
Sure.
You're more than
Well,
welcome to come with us, and we can help as much as we can. But I can't guarantee your safety there or on your own, or once you're at Ember Village, finding a way back to Lucretia.
Bulk, Daniels, what do you guys think? Should they stay with you or should they return to Champions Gate?
I'm just
I'll
getting the
just throw it.
chimera.
Nice.
You,
I
if you guys feel more protected, we can protect you. But you guys do your own thing. We're not giving you the scepter. So, and I do want to take this time to. I turn to Bulk and Farron and just so you guys know, I have had a run in with these harpies before, and that is goes back to the tower that I want to get back to. They really attacked me there, so just so you know.
seems like we were a bit undermatched. It doesn't seem
Why
like
did
they
you
were.
warn us?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were gonna swoop down. I haven't seen the chimeras. I've seen the harpies get me.
Did the Harpies happen to fight in the air primarily too? Because I'm feeling like me and Diedrich may have some difficulties with these.
They attacked me while I was hanging out in my tower, and I ran and escaped.
They do indeed fright from the sky.
Okay, so that might be
Just
primarily a you and bulk kind of thing.
Or you guys could buy some weapons in the store and get some range on you when we get back and get all that money for the scepter.
I'll remember that every time you need healing.
Correct.
I'm just saying, hopefully we can help each other out because there's going to be a harpy quest.
All right, well,
because I'm
we can
getting back
discuss
in
all
that
this
tower.
later. When I find the Harpies now, we just need to go. Paul, you're the boy, you're the man, you're the new head honcho. I'd hate to see you go, but you gotta. This is your first task. You coming with, or you're struggling along your own path.
Paul
You're my boy, Paul.
bolsters himself and says, "We must return to Lucretia Matthias. Just please speak to Brother Nathaniel. We wish you luck. May the flame be with you."
And also with you.
And with that, Paul and Corn. So Paul and Corn were kind of in their 20s. They seem quite capable. Winston is kind of a stocky looking middle-aged guy, and Mara is an old woman.
Yeah,
And they
Mara's old
turn
as shit.
and leave you and walk off into the haze.
I'm pillaging that chimera. I'm skinning it.
Okay.
I know they said that she didn't have anything, but I'm gonna look in Katya's pockets. I feel like maybe the head bitch has something.
He's looting the body.
I'm not looting, I'm patting her down. As I'm just
Sure.
imagining it makes weird, like, liquid sounds like. It's like pockets are wet. She's bleeding out. She got dropped from like 60 feet in the air.
Yes, she did, in fact, get dropped from the air, and she was kind of bitten into and ripped apart by this
Oh, yeah, I
manticore.
forgot about the chest.
This is
cavity
absolutely
missing.
looting the body, and I will not tolerate any of it.
I did not take anything. I'm seeing if she had anything. There's a difference.
So I mean, as they said, they have no possessions, kind of, but the clothes, and they typically all. If you check any of the other bodies, I believe there are 2 or 3 other bodies on the ground.
Mhm.
They all have a copy of the Testament of the Falling Fire.
Is this the same as the pamphlet that was given to me, or is this different?
Yeah, that's the name of the pamphlet.
Okay, I also want to be like a little bit nice to him because I feel like I started to get a little bit of a connection. I'm gonna try to like, granted, probably like every freaking bone in her body is jello because she was dropped from 60 feet in the air. But I'm gonna try to arrange her to be kind of like how we found the skeletons at first, like straightened up. I'm gonna put her arms kind of crossed, pamphlet underneath, and then since I have a vial of that holy water still, I'm just gonna kind of like sprinkle it around her and the couple other bodies that weren't taken.
Okay, very good.
And then I'll just say a little prayer and I'll just be like, from the fire back to the fire.
May her spirit be guided through the Shadowlands.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. I'm like, someone's probably gonna come around and disturb this because it's just in the middle of the road. But I'm like, I don't have time to bury you.
Indeed.
You get a half-baked funeral. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
Am I making progress on this hide?
Sure, you skin a bit of the manticore hide.
Yeah, excellent.
Nice. Ooh, that could be your new cover-up for whenever you're glowing.
Yes, I'm wearing the manticore hide.
Nice.
Barkus has been chewing on the manticore as well.
Got a
And
nice horn to chew on.
yeah, okay. Anything else, or
I don't. Would we know if there's anything that sells well of manticores, like tails, claws, or anything of value? I mean, if not, I'll just chop off some paws and the tail and just hope that someone in town will be like, "I'll pay something for that."
Daniels, make a history check.
Since y'all keep
Guys.
saying we need money,
My history is not very good.
Guidance, 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 guidance.
I
Okay,
did
so you get a
4.
4, and then through roll 20, roll a d4 as well.
it doesn't add too much. Oh,
Okay, that's right. So with the 7, so you know that pretty much all of the monsters within the city are heavily contaminated.
oh,
Whether
They
some
let
people would be
Barkus chew
interested.
on it.
Barkus is a magical beast. He kind of does what he
True.
does. So I mean, whether people would be interested in it, you know, you would have to kind of find an unsatisfactory buyer type of deal. So
Do you guys
So
think the
now-
panda guy would like this?
I don't think it's worth much, but if you want to take some claws, you could get some nice shekels for it.
I'm gonna go for
Get
the
a nice-
tail with the spikes he was shooting at us, and I'm just gonna do a rough chop above where the spikes protrude, and then I'll just kind of drag it, and I'll maybe I can fashion these into more darts.
okay, cool.
Do I have the wings now? Do I look like a fallen angel?
Ooh,
a turtle with
a
wings.
turtle angel, or tortangel.
Diedrich says, "Guys, we should get back on the road."
Nice. I see you finished your gum. Let's go.
This kind of starts choking.
We all keep walking because that's what we told us to do.
That 4x4 incident was.
Oh yeah, that was great. On the
You
road.
guys get back on the road. Your travel is uneventful. It takes you, like I said, about 3 hours to make it outside of the haze once again. And by the way, you pass the dead horse of Drakkenheim.
Of who?
The dead horse,
horse
of
that we
Drakkenheim.
saw
Oh
at the
yeah, the
beginning,
good
and
luck
you
thing where you're
slap its
supposed to
butt.
kick it or something.
Yeah. You're supposed to kick it on the way in.
I don't think we did that.
If you want to kick it on the way out, it's kind of up to you. But
Yeah, why not? I kicked the horse.
cool. Diedrich trips over the horse.
Nice.
But in either case, yeah, you make it all the way back to Emberwood Village. And if you guys remember, there is a bridge that kind of leads into the village that crosses over a river. As you reach that bridge and as you start to walk over it, there's a few people on the bridge, but at the end, there stands Emma Crow, the young girl who gave you a tour of Emberwood when you first arrived, and a number of other children there.
Creepy.
If you recall, the bridge kind of backs up to where the back of the Hooded Lantern's watchtower is, where the bodies of Bogdan the Bandit were hanging. The children are there. They're like chucking rocks at the bodies. And Emma is kind of yelling at the kids. She's like, "Come on, guys, you got to watch the bridge. It's my turn to play Maximus. I want to be a hero who beats the bandits." And she notices you guys approach. She says, hey, Mr. Danielus, Mr. Bulk, Mr. Dietrich, and Farron, you guys are back.
Yes, how have you guys been?
Matt, you're muted. We've been good. And she looks at you, Bulk, and she says, what the heck happened to you?
I was having a great time, and I ring the bells.
And you should get in your costume and chase him around like the
As he sprouts
thing.
wings.
I'm
Yeah.
a horrible chimera. Woo!
You're all purple. What happened?
Oh yeah.
Am I purple?
You got contaminated, didn't you?
What does that mean?
Man, you guys are gonna die.
No, we'll go visit Guy Fung and we'll be fine.
We all die eventually.
Let me have that. Where'd you get that? And she points to the hide of the chimera that you guys that you skinned.
We found it.
Let me have it.
Why?
Because.
Okay.
Good. And she takes, and her and the kids kind of fight over it for a little bit, and they like drag it onto the backs, and they start running around.
Imagine they're playing with it like the parachute when you're in elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emma runs back, and she's, oh, wait. I've been looking for you guys. Mel told me to watch and said as soon as you guys get back, tell him to go see him right away.
Where's he at?
But what?
He's at the Bark and Buzzard.
Okay.
What does he want?
He said you guys were helping him out.
Why?
Mel, the guy that sent us on our quest?
Blackjack
I
Mel.
mean-
Blackjack Mel.
There was something. Farron was kicked out of the conversation at one point, so he's still skeptical of Mel.
Oh.
In either case,
We-
Emma Crow runs off with the other kids, and they're playing with the hide of the chimera. And you guys enter into the village.
Okay. Should we see your contact first, or also we have this contamination and bulk is glowing purple throughout the town?
Well, considering we'll have to probably pay Guy Feng and he'll be upset, maybe it's best to go sell the rod.
True, but what is he doing with this rod? We still never figured that out.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It's really wasn't
A
doing anything
A
where it
little
was.
bit. It wasn't doing anything where it was, but it's because it couldn't be recollected.
I mean, I've known him for a long time. I don't think he's going to turn the wand on us and blast us.
I don't think it'll blast.
I was about to say, if it could blast, we should have done that before like 5
We
people died.
could have done it to the chimeras.
So I don't know. He's probably
what is
going to
it called?
sell it to the highest dealer. We're a low income area. You got to do what you can to make money.
But that's almost like taking a historic part of the town and selling it to the rich.
Well, I mean, most of the
Well-
history was blown away by the meteor.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
the people
point.
that wanted the staff are all lunch. So
Oh, I've
what would
lived.
you like to see happen with the scepter?
I'm just not sure about Mel. He seems a little seedy to me.
You're not
That's
from here.
upsetting.
From here, I'm more from here than you.
I mean, not here, like the old
Here.
This is a different
What?
area.
Yeah,
I'm
but
from here, and this is my friend that you're insulting.
okay.
And then Barkus kind of looks and huffs and walks off.
Get along, little doggy.
All right. So what's it going to be, guys? Where are you going to go?
Well, we can at least hear him out. We'll see what he does. I'll ask Mel what his plans are for this myself, since no one seems to quite know.
So we'll be off to the Barkin Buzzard.
Yeah, as I'm walking, I'm just like, this isn't my decision alone, but we'll see what happens of it.
Okay. Very good. So as you walk through town to the Barkin Buzzard, you kind of have to walk through the center of town past Aldor the Plump's caravan. And as he sees Bulk glowing by walking, he says, "Ha, ha, ha, ha. Another successful trip into the ruins, eh, boys?
Oh, yes. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm just swell. On your way."
Do you have merch from the Funky store? Funky.store? Where you can get quintessential shirts?
Incredible.
Is that what this panda guy's become? Just the mascot?
Incredible.
Plump Panda, the mascot of Funky Games.
All right, so Aldor makes fun of you, and you guys reach the Barkin Buzzard. As you enter into the classic jaunt of Emberwood Village, you see multiple people about. So by the time you get back, it's about early evening. It's about 6-7-ish o'clock. You see people having dinner, having drinks. At one of the tables, you see Blackjack Mel, and you see that he is having dinner with your mother, Daniels, Moira.
What?
You better start calling him Dad.
Right?
So,
Hello, what's going on over here? I kind of walk up.
as you guys enter, so they're just very casually just eating, drinking, whatever. Moira jumps up and she says, "Daniel is sweet." And she jumps up and she comes up and wraps around you and gives you a big hug. And she says, "Oh, Mel was telling me all about your dangerous quest. I'm so glad you're alive."
And then Barkus gets really jealous and jumps up on her and starts licking on her.
"Oh, Barkus!" And she shakes his fur all crazy like.
You were shaking a dog. It's like, Jesus.
Blackjack Mel pounds his drink and he turns to you guys and he says, "Geez, you guys look awful. What the heck happened out there?"
You ever heard of a chimera?
Boy, you wouldn't believe.
You're aware that you're glowing, right?
Manticore.
Glowing what?
Jeez. So, how did it go? Did we good?
We can deliver, but what's in
What's
it
your
for us?
goal for this?
Listen, boys. Well, we can go downstairs and talk business. No problem. He turns to Moira and he says, "Excuse me, Miss Moira. Me and the boys, we best go downstairs and handle a little bit of business. Dinner's been lovely. Listen, you just tell old Karen, put it on Blackjack's tab. He's got you covered." Moira's a little drunk now, Daniel, so you can tell as she kind of wraps around and hugs you, she's kind of like swaying a little bit.
Or
And
with
she
all the
says,
sauce?
"Oh, Danielus, you're such a provider. It's been so hard ever since your father. Oh."
Hush now, mother. Leave this to the man's work.
Like, oh, what?
She turns to you, Farron, and she says, "Oh, Farrell, your sister came, by the way.
Did she say what she needed?
She waited for you all day.
Oh, well,
She was very sad, but I told her hopefully you would be back and hopefully you wouldn't die."
thanks for that message and concern you put on her.
She burps and says,
Nice.
"I told her that as long as she was with Danielus, as long as you was with Danielus, you would be totally fine and not to worry."
Thanks.
Where did she go off to?
Probably the church. Where else is she gonna go in this town?
Blackjack Mel says, "Well, Flamekeeper Anya's your sister?"
I imagine this is probably a shock for you because it was a shock for me. I thought my whole family was dead, and it seems like the past isn't so set that way.
Wow, this is very interesting. But all right,
Very.
boys, let's get down to the basement here. Let's head to the Skull and Sword. Let's talk some business. Yeah.
No,
All
are
right,
we not
let's-
doing open night, Mike?
Oh,
You guy, the contamination's getting to your head. That's
Come
only a
on.
couple times a week. Come on, that was just last night, actually.
Who's contaminated?
All right, so you guys go down into the basement of the Skull and Sword. So the Bark and Buzzard is kind of the establishment ground level place where many people come and drink in Emberwood Village. The Skull and Sword is kind of the seedy underbelly bar that sits beneath it. So Blackjack Mel kind of leads you guys downstairs, and as he walks in, everybody goes, "Hey, Melly! Blackjack Mel, come on in, buddy. Let me buy you a drink." And he says, boys, come on down. Come on. I'm with friends. You're embarrassing me. Come on." And he walks over kind of into the back corner. And he kind of snaps his fingers and tells the people who are sitting there to buzz off. So Mel takes a seat and he invites you guys to sit, and he says, "So, how'd it go?"
It was horrible. People died.
yeah.
Let's have a
It
look.
was-
Come on. Let's see it.
Quite the quest. But
What do you want to
before we
do?
hand it over, Farron has some questions. So can you appease him a little bit?
I have some reservations that you, a man not of the church, or from what I can tell, religious faith, has interest in this. What is your mission or goal for this scepter?
Listen, before I have any questions, I need to see that you guys actually got the right thing and you're not trying to pass off some kind of scam or something.
Some scam? Well, just knowledge of what you want to do with it? It's going to be a scam?
Just put it on the table. Let me see what you got.
I'll hold it in my hands.
You know, guys, you're not going to get very far if you don't work with people.
This is just me. Don't lump them into this. They're all on board. I'm the one with reservations.
Daniels, would you tell this guy I'm a good guy? Come on.
You,
I always pay up. Just put it on the table.
I'm-
Let me see what you
I'm
got.
not questioning about the money. I'm questioning about the ideals.
We'll
mission.
get to the intentions. I just need to verify that you guys actually got the goods.
Do you think we wandered around for no reason?
Yeah, you said you just need to see it, but now you said you need to inspect it and hold on to it.
Fair,
Put
and
it
it is
on the
3
table.
against 1. So
3. Who's the third?
me, you, and Bulk are 4 with Diedrich against Blackjack Mel. So if he tries anything, we'll jump him.
Ooh,
Well,
jumping! It's
I'll put it
like
on the
middle school
table,
all
but
over again at the academy.
Baron knows that he's outnumbered on this, is not happy about it, but we'll put it down.
So as you place the scepter of Saint Vitruvio on the table, Mel lets out a big whistle, and he says, "Oh boy!" And he kind of reaches into his tunic there, and he pulls out what looks like a spell scroll, and he says, "Man, I hate this magic stuff." And he kind of lowers down some glasses here, and he butchers his way through the incantations for what you know as the identify spell, and he says, "Oh yeah, baby, that is definitely it. Good job, boys. Very, very good job. You've done an excellent service today. Are you guys hungry? Do you need a drink?
So about that question,
What? We'll get to it. Are you hungry? Do you need
I have
something?"
that scroll.
The scroll disintegrated after he.
Damn it!
I
Oh,
could go for a
he
drink.
successfully used it. Okay.
All right, so he kind of snaps his fingers and says, "Hey, Frida, bring some food and whatever's hot. Just bring some food and some drinks over to my boys here.
Is it breakfast?
It's dinner time."
Okay. Have you ever had breakfast for dinner?
He's so Frida, the large orc bartender, brings over a huge pitcher of ale, some drink, some glasses, and she says, "Food's coming up." Mel turns back and he says, "All right. So what do you got? What's the problem here? I assume you don't want to give it to me. What's the deal?"
I want to know your goal, what's your purpose for wanting this staff, what you're going to do with it.
You never told us how much money either.
He never told you
I-
how much money,
I-
and you guys were all gung ho.
He said a
I
lot.
do gotta say, Blackjack, this was quite the
Yeah.
venture to get here. So what's the deal with it?
Undead, having to fight Saint Brenna herself, manticores.
Hey, listen, you guys know the deal. Going into the city is a death trap. There's a reason I didn't go. You kidding me?
I didn't think I'd be fighting the legendary saint herself in a mummified form.
Hey, bless her heart. What can I say? So I mean, what do you want to know? What you're gonna get? I'm confused. Are you giving it to me or not?
I want to know
I'll
what
tell
you're
you
gonna
what
do
you're
with
gonna
it.
get.
What are you going to do with it?
Uh,
Are you just going to
listen.
resell this? Or is this going to be a private, like, art collection? What is this to you?
Listen, that, my friends, is above my pay grade personally.
So who's
I'm
it
gonna-
going to?
So he's reselling it. If he says pay grade, it's for
Yeah.
money.
I'm gonna go run this up the pole and see what the good word is. But
You mean
trust
the
me,
golden rod?
So then you have no idea what's happening to this, and you're just going to take it.
listen, trust me, it ain't going too far. It belongs to the people, and it's gonna stay that.
So then who's it going to?
It's going to my boss, and then we'll see what happens.
So how much are you gonna pay us?
Wait, you have a boss? You seem like you were in charge. What happened?
Listen, guys, you gotta be a little. You gotta go one at a time here. You want me to answer your questions or not?
How much are we making?
You
off
know
this sale?
him. Who's your
Yeah.
boss?
Sure. So Blackjack Mel sets two things on the table. One, he pulls out a large bag and he drops it on the table, and it sounds like a lot of gold. And then he places a small box on the table as well. And he puts his hand on the bag and he says, "This is for you guys. It's a lot of money. It's what we agreed upon. Danielus knows I pay well. I don't understand what all the fuss is about, quite frankly." Then he puts his hand on the box and he says, "This is just a little something extra for my friend Danielus. I told you, if you make this happen for me, I'll make something happen for you."
I mean, he's always come through, guys, and we went all this way to get it. So what? We come back empty-handed with a statue?
Statue? You mean a scepter?
It's good skep.
Yeah, a stone scepter that doesn't do anything.